The United States held joint air exercises bilaterally with South Korea and Japan involving strategic bombers on Sunday. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said the exercise demonstrated the Allies' overwhelming defense capabilities and readiness posture. The South's military said in a statement that the exercise, quote, affirmed the United States' ironclad commitment to the defense of the Korean Peninsula. In a separate exercise, Japan flew F-15s over the Sea of Japan with US bombers, Japan's defense ministry said in a statement, calling the security environment, quote, increasingly severe. The air drills come a day after North Korea launched a long-range ballistic missile into the sea off Japan's west coast. North Korea's state media KCNA said the country conducted a, quote, sudden launching drill on Saturday, which was shown on state television. Saturday's missile launch was the North's first since January 1st. It followed Pyongyang's threat on Friday of a, quote, unprecedentedly persistent, strong response as South Korea and the United States geared up for their annual military exercises. Leader Kim Jong-un's sister, Kim Yo-jong, accused the US of trying to turn the UN Security Council into a, quote, tool for its heinous policy toward Pyongyang.
Applause and cheers for international rescue teams as Turkey ended most search and rescue operations on Sunday. Almost 2 weeks after a 7.8 magnitude earthquake devastated the country's southeast and neighboring Syria. Residents of hard-hit Hatay in southern Turkey watched as excavators worked to remove the rubble of destroyed buildings. As hopes of finding any more survivors faded, families prayed for the recovery of bodies to mourn.
We wanted the search and rescue to continue for a month. We expected it to continue for a month. People could already be dead, but at least they could reach those bodies and they could have a grave and people would know where it is.
These red balloons were tied to demolished buildings in memory of children who died in the earthquake. Every time we tie a balloon, my head hurts, said the project's initiator. He said between 1,000 and 1,500 balloons have been tied so far. The earthquake has killed more than 46,000 people in Turkey and Syria and has left 1 million plus people homeless. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken surveyed the damage in Turkey on Sunday and promised an additional $100 million to the response, on top of the $85 million already approved. The World Health Organization estimates that some 26 million people across both Turkey and Syria need humanitarian aid. On Sunday, medical charity Médecins Sans Frontières said a convoy of its trucks had entered Syria after concerns over a lack of access to the war-ravaged area. In the city of Azaz, hundreds of displaced families were struggling to find somewhere to stay amid a shortage of tents. One volunteer setting up camps for those who lost their homes told Reuters that aid from the United Nations and relief agencies still hadn't reached the area yet.
Sunday's second day of racing at the Australia Sail Grand Prix was cancelled after high winds destroyed Team Canada's sail in what organizers called a major weather event. Video shared on social media showed workers and spectators running for their lives as the wing sail crashed into a marquee and fell to the ground. SailGP said in a statement that several boats were damaged in the windy conditions, but as far as they were aware, no one was seriously injured. CEO Russell Coutts said what blew through Sydney Harbour after Saturday's racing felt like a hurricane.
Judging by the weather data, it was a pretty extreme event yesterday, meaning that the wind gust that came through was almost hurricane strength.
Phil Robertson is Canada's SailGP driver.
It was some of the most wind I've probably ever seen in my life, so yeah, it was a pretty real situation.
Ben Ainsley is the driver for Great Britain.
Yeah, look, what happened yesterday was really unfortunate for everyone involved, for the league, for all of the teams, particularly for Canada. It was a very difficult situation with a weather front coming through, and trying to anticipate exactly when that was going to hit the fleet was and always is with the weather. You know, Mother Nature doesn't always play ball, and this was a case where it really caught us out big time.